who is in the NDC parliamentary primary race.
Well, she can give it a try. No one knows. Maybe she may win.
There's the little issue of freedom of religion. 2 boys nearly died for their faith.
There are some people, if you allow them to choose in whichever way they want to worship, believe me, some of them will get hurt.
My name is Jennifer Jane Asante. This is Joy News Interactive, and it is proudly sponsored by Airtel. Joy News Interactive is up today, and you need to join the conversation. Let me tell you how. Look us up on all the social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook, where we go by the name Joy News on TV. We actually do that same trick on Twitter as well. You can find us with the name Joy News on TV or hashtag JNInteractiveGH. Send us an email. Send it to the address joynewsim@multitvworld.com. Or you could send us a WhatsApp message. The number to send it to is 0560-800,000. That is 0560-800000. Remember to add your name and where you're sending your WhatsApp message from. Now, Operation Redline policy, started by the Accra Metropolitan Assembly, appears to be catching on fast and thick. Today, the Mayor Alfred Oko Vanderpoy was himself out and about with the task force to enforce the policy and instill some discipline on the streets of Accra. Speaking of Alfred Vanderpoy, he says he's seriously considering picking up a form to run on the ticket of the National Democratic Congress as a parliamentary candidate, seeing as his tenure as mayor will end next year. Now, initially he denied the rumors, but we managed to get it out of him, kind of.
No, right now I'm enjoying being mayor of Accra. Nobody knows what will happen 6 hours from now, tomorrow. But when I decide that that's what I want to do, I think I will move forward. But you know, as mayor of Accra, you can only run 2 terms. You can only be mayor for 2 terms. And so my second term is almost coming to an end. You understand? By the end of 2016, I would have finished my second term. So I have to find out what my new line of work would be.
All right, so let's see what people are saying about this. The very real possibility that Alfred Oko Vanderpoy could run for Parliament. Aziz Don in Wa says Joy News is the best. We should keep it up. Thank you very much. And let's go to Facebook now. Wahab says picking the form is not a big deal. Winning the general election is the problem. Echo says that's a smart one, Oko, because very soon your party will be in opposition. I beg, secure your future. Oh yeah? Right. Francis says, I ain't surprised at all because the political arena has been decorated with promising prospects offering immunity against transparency and accountability for those who enter it. No wonder party primaries suffer severe conflicts before a candidate is selected. Honorable Mayor, good work done so far. Do what you love best and save your reputation. John says money day for politics, so hey! Lottie Jones, okay. He says politics is becoming cheaper day in, day out in Ghana to the extent that Alfred Oko also wants to go to Parliament. Okay. Now, Ntagma says he is definitely going to lose considering the number of people he rendered homeless, unemployed, discomfort, weather conditions, sleepless nights, pain, hunger, etc. Now you go to those same people asking them to vote for you. Never, never, never. Right. Esther thinks he's already lost. But Nwebete says, I like his style of rule because he's confident and focused. Nantagma has a question for him, says, what have you done so far in areas like Mensa Guinea, Old Fadama, and the rest? Or you just carried the demolition exercise for nothing but to seek attention from the presidency? God knows. Billy says, Nope, wrong move, bro, but follow what your heart tells you. But you know, he isn't the only high-profile newbie contesting the NDC Parliamentary Primaries come November 17 this year. Dr. Ezenato Rawlings is said to be in the race as well. Now, the former head of state's daughter hasn't officially announced her bid, but the news is out there. I mean, of course, we wouldn't let this lie quietly, so we went out to find out what you think her chances are. You know, just in case she is.
Okay, for JJ's daughter, she can contest because that position is free for everybody to contest. She might be thinking maybe the father's reputation or his integrity is dying off. She wants to bring up something that the family's name also can come into the books of the nation.
She can contest. Well, she can give it a try. No one knows. Maybe she may win.
If they could give her the chance to also come and then put together what she has, give her a try.
It is remarkable because she's waited for far too long. That is a politician, and once a politician, always a politician.
I have Princely from Tafo here saying Zanato all the way. More messages coming in. This is Paul Jabless from Akachi, and his message is to Alfred Vanderpoel. He says, tell him to forget. He will never get. All right. This message reads, the mayor's a smart guy. Run from one place to another is smartness. I like the mayor. And it's from Atibles, who is in Adaklukpoji. Then Seidu in Damango says, I think he's being a tough man in handling the affairs of the AMA. He would also make a good parliamentarian. Zion says, the youth in Ghana... Zion, we're not talking about ISIS today, but thank you for your contribution. Atro in Damango says, go ahead, Dr. Zanato. It's a very good step, and you will surely win the race. I do have some comments on Facebook, so let's step there. Prince says, try your luck. Famous believes she can make it. Victor says, Dr. Zanato all the way. She's good material. Papa Jane Pikin be more. All right. Musa says she's welcome. Sarah says, next 4 years, I'm contesting. Why? So let's watch out for that name. Sarah Jacquin. Noble says, Coco for football. Oh, okay. And then Arimea says, good news. I love her so much. She's going to pick it. Gideon says, I support you, Jijonu. I'm not sure who Jijonu is, but Phyllis is wondering which station she was interviewed on. Jerry says she could win. Emmanuel thinks it's her father's property. Abdul Rahman says, I wait to see. God's time is the best. David says she's good, down to earth, and I think she's also intelligent. I think I'll wish her good luck. And Fidelis is wondering, will she get the chance? Well, we will find out all in good time. Now, we take you to Nungwa for a rather interesting story. Traditional authorities there are insisting that they must perform purification rites for 2 boys who were almost lynched by a mob for engaging in occultism. The 2, including a 4-year-old boy, were taken into police custody for their own safety, but they were released last night to their families.
The police, in the company of the traditional authorities, led the boys to their shrine, which was located near a cemetery at the Nungwa beach. The traditional leaders say they are not backing down and insist the boys need to be punished. Niboy Moji is an elder in the palace of Nungwa.
If they lead them in this Nungwa here, they all will die. They will kill all of them. That's the reason why we seek the police, support. Fine. This morning, we came here to inform the police that we have to do tradition for them, for everybody to sit down, so that the Ulomo will have to say, You, small boy, like a 17-year-old, you are having a voodoo or juju to kill someone. And, you know, where did you get it from? We have to get it from the source. And now police is telling us that they don't have evidence that the people are stealing something or they are taking something from someone and they cannot hold them in their custodies. So the tradition to take whatever they have to do. And we also pleading with them that whatever is happening there, when they lead those guys, they have to kill them.
Well, the boys acted on their faith, but do you think everyone should have the freedom and choice of worship? Adama Ibrahim in Techiman says, those who lynched the boys are hypocrites. Does anyone know what they do in the dark? They should allow the Creator to judge them and give us a break. Then Kennedy Avalon's in Tamale, well, he's talking about Ezanato and doesn't think she should waste her time. Tibiru in Navungo says he loves Joy News. We should keep it up. And David Otre says it's good news that Alfred Van der Poel and Ezanato are considering going to Parliament. Mohammed in Damango says such things need to be abolished. How can you take somebody's life for spiritual purposes? Well, we asked that same question on the street. No, not the taking of life question. The whether or not everyone should have the freedom and choice of worship. And this is what people had to say.
Yes, I think we believe in freedom of our association. Since our constitution itself talks of freedom of what? Association. So everybody has got the privilege to join any church of church that you want. Whatever, be it religious, be it all the same.
Freedom of worship is good. And I think everyone should be allowed, but not the bad one.
Everybody should be allowed to choose whatever religion he or she wants to belong to. But the question is that if we are allowed to do such a thing, we have to look at it and say if it will augur well, if it will help us, okay?
I do believe. Because we are different people and we have our own preferences, so I think we should all do what we want. We are all allowed to do whatever we want. Yeah.
I think that you see, not everything that you see, that is good. So there are some people, if you allow them to choose in whichever way they want to worship, believe me, some of them will get hurt. And seriously, the moment they get hurt, it comes back to the whole society once again. So, no, we should look for the original, the truth, and encourage people to do that.
I have Magai in Nkwanta South who says occultism in the youth is not good for the future of this country. Lord have mercy. Now, onto Facebook for more comments. Jumai says both parents and the children should be investigated. All this is because of money. People should learn to cut their coat according to their size. Fatash Salau says most parents don't know what their children do at school. Some parents don't know their children's results. No occultist will tell his parents that he is an occultist. Schools should help such parents. Whereas Kamal Nasberry is insisting we crucify them. Kamal. All right. Francis says, in as much as my religious beliefs frown on these practices, our constitution never specified which forms of religion are permissible here in Ghana. Hence, they have their rights. However, he thinks it's sad and says teenagers are craving for power at this tender age. He wants God to save our hopeless youth. Lottie Jones says, God save us. 21st century Ghanaian youth will resort to occultism because there's no jobs, leave their parents alone, and he thinks it's the government to blame. Fine. Echo says, who do we blame? TV stations show adverts on so-called money-making spiritualists on their networks, and you think these young guys are not enticed and convinced by what they see? Noabete says, occultism for what? Jesus is coming, turn to him, he's the only one that can save you. God knows Billy says, while your age mates are seriously looking for a job, you are busily practicing occultism, which will even haunt you back one day. James wonders if they go to church. Abdul Latif says it could be a money-making ritual, but we need to leave it to God to judge. Kaidebi says occultism is really a bad practice that needs to be condemned. And I think I will end with Lottie Jones, who says, leave them alone. We have freedom of worship. They can worship anything they want to. Don't abuse their rights. Loads of messages coming in. The only one I'm picking, though, is from Magai in Nkwanta South again, who says freedom of worship is fine, but with a little guidance, especially when it comes to the youth. When we come back, we'll be switching it up and looking at the lighter side of things. Now, you must have been living under a rock if you haven't already seen the video of Usain Bolt winning his 4th consecutive World 200 meters title with a display of supreme confidence in his fastest time since the Olympic final at London 2012. Now, this comes 5 days after overcoming the odds and a flying Justin Gatlin to retain his 100-meter title. Bolt ran 19.55 seconds to gain his best over his American rival in the fastest time this year and win his 10th world championship. Wow, that was impressive. I'll get to your comments on that in just a bit. You can tell me whether or not you saw it, what you thought of it, and do you really think Usain Bolt is clean? Well, Mohammed in Damango says, Usain Bolt is just a hero. I really like him. I have another message. Okay, this one has more to do with something that's going on in a town somewhere. We'll get to that in a bit. I don't know your name, but you had a message about Usain Bolt. Let's go to Facebook where Nantogma says, Usain Bolt has no competitor. He's a hard-working man, and I like him for that. God knows Billy says, that guy is a genius. Proud to be black. Good luck next time, Gatlin. Echo de Bonzi says that's the hallmark of a persistent, consistent, undisputed champion. Oh, Samuel says, still the finest. Wahab believes it's his time, so we should let him go. And Mike says, Gatlin has been given his correct size of shoes. Muller says, this guy, nah, too much Bolt. And Lottie Jones says, it's the first time I've actually seen him running. Most often he gallops. He just bolted away. Okay, looks like he has a rather apt name. Back to Facebook. Sorry, back to WhatsApp, and this message is from Junior Loves Camry in West Airport. He says, this Bolt guy, he be villager. Wow. Wait, how are this? See how he they sprint past them like they are now learning to walk. Oh. All right. I think maybe next time he'll take his time. At Bless says, the guy is the best. Talking about Usain Bolt. And this is OBK in Kintampo, who says, Usain Bolt, no size, proud to be black. Stanley Kwasa in the Volta region believes that Bolt is simply unbeatable. And I have someone saying they like Joy News. Well, we like you too, but we don't know your name, so we can't give you a shout out on air. What I can do, though, is to talk to Stephen, who's back in the studio with me.
Talking about liking Joy News, I mean, I went to Takrady and I was an instant celebrity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we don't mind you here. Oh, Stephen.
I know.
If only we had known. We'd have imported a few people from Takrady to give you fans.
Flow me fans each time I go on TVS.
Okay, well, it's good to know that people watch and
people
like what we're doing.
Exactly.
And people contribute.
They
actually do. We get a lot of stories from you who are at home. So you can always take a short video or pictures, or just send us a piece talking about something that's going on in your community that needs attention. We will read it out here on Joy News Interactive, which, by the way, is sponsored by Airtel. My name is Jennifer Jane Asante.
And mine, Stephen N.T.
Enjoy the rest of our programs.
Bye-bye.
Joy News Interactive was brought to you by
Airtel, the smartphone network.